Right now, someone just walked into their office, set down their coffee, and started their day without a single thought about the building around them. The lights were on, the temperature was right, the room was clean, and the elevator came like it always does. None of this happens by accident. We know that. Behind every office building is someone making hundreds of decisions a week, vendors, budgets, safety, so everyone else can just show up and work without noticing any of it. When facilities are run well, they're invisible. That's the whole point. Today's guest has spent more than a decade doing exactly that. Suresh Prasad has led corporate facility operations for some of the most recognized companies in the world. Today, the curtain comes up on the work nobody's supposed to see. Welcome to the Facility Focus podcast presented by New Standard Cleaning. Today, I'm joined by Suresh Prasad, Facilities Supervisor at United Airlines. We're going to discuss facility operations, vendor management, workplace safety, budgeting, compliance, and how large organizations maintain operational excellence across multiple locations. Enjoy the show. Hi, Suresh. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on. I know we have a bit of a time difference. We were able to figure it out. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about how you got started in facilities management?
Actually, there is a very funny story behind. Uh, I have done, masters in computers. When I got, there was some time in my career where there was a 6 month of time where I supposed to get an internship in some tech company, but unfortunately I didn't get. So one of my friend referred me into facilities. Just work for 6 months, you'll get some sort of money to your pocket, and you can just like do like technology or whatever you can show in your later since you get into like a corporate. So I just thought that's doable since I have to doing for some pocket money and for some assignment. And later in 6 months, I got to know this job is much better than a technology person sitting at computer for 10 hours and 9 hours something. Here I used to meet from ground, janitor service to a CEO person,
Mm-hmm.
managers, tractors, visitors, international visitors. I thought this is something I wanted to do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not sometimes you have to sit on the computer for a while, but you have to keep moving and meet people. I started my journey in 2013 with Genpact, and I worked like almost every company for Fortune 500. Infosys, Impact, CBRE is a big facility management company based out of US. Also, I work. Then I move into United Airlines, and so on. This is my journey so far.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Um, yeah, I found it funny. You said you would work with, everybody from, the janitorial staff to the CEO. You would encounter them. It's very common that the facilities manager knows everybody. Everybody knows them. And if something goes wrong, they're the guy.
Everybody knows who is the wrong
Yeah.
person, right person.
You're like a celebrity,
Yeah,
uh, you,
that's correct.
whether you like it or not, you're a celebrity in the building. Um, so tell me a little bit about what your day-to-day role looks like. What
Uh,
is the functions of the job?
once I enter in my office workspace, I make sure everything should be working before my employees come into office. Like, office should be clean, lights are working, HVAC should be working on a decent temperature where people don't feel so much cold and they don't much cool. Washroom should be, very hygienic thing, which, employees comes in the office and they, run to the washroom to, just do a small cleanup. So that should be super clean, super hygiene. Electricity should be working, workstation power should be working. So I make sure everything, cafeteria is clean. Some food should be, there to cater them. The food should not expire, which is packed. So I make everything, once we enter into building, that should be working.
And you were also in charge of multiple sites, right?
Yes.
What is the biggest challenge, splitting your time between two locations?
So it's not talent. I have a team, team person where I, distribute the work between them, and I take, follow ups, follow up on checklist and get some, visuals, click photos that has whatever the work is assigned that has been done, and make sure, yes, before, what was the before, and after that they have done the job, what is the situation. So that uh, thing, I can, you can check that that work has been done. So sometimes it's happened this year, multiple photos with the same thing,
Yeah.
old photos sometimes. So I figure out a way. You should use a newspaper of that day,
Mm,
so they cannot lie.
sure. Yeah.
So
It
that was
it
a
can
hack.
happen. Yeah.
Yes, it can happen, or because we don't have an app that can, track day, time, location. So
Mhm.
I figured out, just take a newspaper, front page with a date, and click a half a picture of that.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Mhm. And what are the KPIs that you monitor most closely in the building? What systems do you have to monitor?
So multiple things I used to take care. You can say transport, VIP visitor who's coming from abroad. I used to, manage them. Stakeholder management, working close with HR for onboarding from onboarding to deboarding of employee. So we make sure everything is happen and aligned with the HR, because most of the time HR not in the office. So
Mm,
we help them to make sure from entering to exit everything is going smooth, since we are every day in the office. And for events and vendor management, and finding of new offices for expansion, dismantling of old offices, housekeeping, procurement, especially, you can say, you have to buy service or goods. So we are the person who, do a quick things to our company to make sure everything's smooth.
mhm. Um, how important are vendors in facilities operations in India?
Yeah, they play a crucial role, because most of the things here in outsource, like you can say AMC for HVAC, right? So you are not the person who can fix that HVAC. You are dependent on the, supplier or vendor. If they are not good, or you have chosen a wrong vendor, your facility gets failed. So uh, same as in supplies, housekeeping supplies, cleaning, pantry supplies, food which we serve in the office for our employee. So most of the thing is really on the vendor, and we are the person who select the, and make sure this vendor is reliable uh, to, cater our office 24 by 7 running.
Yeah. And what do you think separates a great vendor from just kind of your average vendor?
So what we do a due diligence in the market. Like suppose I am doing a RFP that we are asking a, cleaning a vendor to our office, janitor services. So we receive a lots of, proposal for that we are doing this. We have a presence. We check in the market before onboarding that how their services they are legally compliant. Because they should be legally compliant, paying their employees on time. All legal compliance are doing, and then how they are performing. So based on the feedback on that, and after costing is also important when we are doing. So like all the factor we consider, and then we decide like which vendor we should like go on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, how does climate in your region of India, because I know India is a very large country, how does it affect, the facilities?
So here I live in India, in the capital of India. So here everything is extreme. Rain is extreme, cold is extreme. You cannot say extreme as to America, but here we feel like extreme. It's
Mm,
sometimes it's go to 2-3 degree, in 2-3 degree, 4 degree. Like it's very cold here.
mm-hmm.
Like for
Yeah.
you guys, 2-3 degrees is nothing,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But for us, like very in summer, we are going like 50 degree. Now,
Mm-hmm.
right now, temperature outside approx 40 degree.
Yeah.
So
I
right
don't
now I'm
think I've
sitting
ever,
in the room and the AC is turned on. That's why I'm wearing this suit. Otherwise, I would have
yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever experienced 50-degree weather.
50 degrees extremely hot.
I don't think I could. I,
come,
I would have to
come
commute
from
to
the
work in one outfit, and then I would have to change at work into something else
so
because I would be
not
sweating.
most of the time we face a 50 degree and a peaker time.
Hmm.
So usually 40 to 45 degree temperature is like June, July. These are the
Yeah.
hottest days, you can say.
Hmm.
If you want to come in January or December or November, you can have a like Diwali festival and you can go Agra because Agra is nearby from here. So you can see a
Okay.
Taj Mahal.
Oh, oh, cool.
US people, like most of the people who travel from US, once they land in Delhi and they say, I want to Suresh, I want to, want to see the Agra. I said,
Yeah.
okay, just settle down. We can arrange a taxi for same day.
Uh-huh.
You can, so they have a great experience there.
Yeah, those buildings are beautiful.
Yes,
I think maybe some of the most beautiful in the world. They're very unique to, that region.
yes.
Um,
Have you ever been to India in Cyber
no,
City? You have
no.
have heard. So our building was into Cyber City, and it's it's like a New York of India. A huge building, not as a New York, but we have a 17, 18 floors in the building, all glass facade.
Hmm.
So and all unique architectural building with modern facilities over there, and you can see roads are being cleaned with the with buses, trucks.
Hmm.
Traffic is being monitored by some private players on that area, not on the whole area.
Hmm.
And recently, I have seen in robots are cleaning common area,
Yes.
this open area. That's
Yes.
that's that's what I think. That is a major, going to be hit in the facility management, where a robot is cleaning, common area. Not you can say in the office, but maybe in future, some technology will come that it may affect genital staff.
Hmm. Yeah. I, I recently recorded an episode with his name is Keith Garrett from Pudu Robotics, and they have floor cleaning, like automated floor cleaning machines. And yeah, it's very interesting. Um, in my research, leading up to this conversation, I was looking up the airport there that you guys have. I'm sure it's a United hub. Um,
Yes.
It is it's like the number ninth busiest air airport. It's like the number ninth busiest airport as far as, human traffic goes. Um, and then a Gurugram
Yes, Gurgaon. So
is
the airport is
is
very nearby to IGI, Indira Gandhi International Airport,
mhm,
and that facility is being managed with GMR. So GMR is a group which manage airport facility. They contact suppliers and all those for cleaning, general IT. You can all the hubs which are being like suppose Air India is there, Indigo is there, United Airlines there. Everybody has a, but facility is being maintained by GMR only.
mhm, yeah. And it said that Gurugram is a very fast growing city as far as the buildings and the
Yes,
infrastructure. Can you tell
infrastructure.
us a little bit about that?
So when I started in 2013, I used to feel like I'm going to into a deserted area, like
Really?
traveling. Yes. So not that time everything was growing there. You can see a structural building with a cemented structure, which building. So and that time you don't feel much like where you going. So my headquarter was like far. I used to get picked up by company cabs since it
Mhm,
was far. And after that, in 13 years, I have seen a lot of development from scratch. There
mhm,
was a jungle around that vanished now. You can see huge skyscrapers. We can what I can say malls, school, you know, hospitals, large complex, and of course, yeah, commercial building, which
mhm,
is the heart of Gurgaon now. You can say
yeah. It's it's an interesting topic because especially here in the United States, we need infrastructure. Right now the big topic is data centers. However, we don't want to just keep destroying our natural environment. Um, so it's trying to find the balance in between the two. Is this a common topic in India as well?
so. Right now, we are our government is implementing ESG, right? Environment, social, and governance. So this is a new policy. Maybe it is already followed in US. Now every company has to follow these things. Like some of energy should be solar, water should be reused through STP, uh, and you should do a social activity for our social player. Like you can do something for education. You can do a drive for planting of trees, like something. So United Airlines in India is running a computer lab for government school.
Mm,
There are teacher who's been assigned, and they teach them a computer with technology which is being used, like technology we can say a software which is like for small class student, which can learn from actual data, like rather than searching online how to use this formula, right? So they can in a real time scenario, we United is teaching. So they have three labs, and 500 approx 500 students are being taught from last 3 years.
mm, that's great.
So ESG is coming. So you should
Good.
have to work on environment, everything. Suppose you're
Yeah.
building an office, everything
Yeah.
should be water. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that people need to consider the impact that these facilities have on their community and on the
Yes.
landscape. Um,
And scale.
so where do you, typically see, wasted spending in the facilities space? You've spent time, working in multiple facilities across multiple companies, what's kind of the one thing that comes to mind?
Actually, most of the facility we are doing the same job. Maybe challenges are different depending on the size of company,
Mm,
right? So challenges are same, but some we can see on a smaller level, and some on a large scale, uh, where we have to do take decision on a very complex data, and then you need to present that data to the management, and you have to take approvals, and then you can implement. On a smaller scale you can take decision on own because it's not going to impact. So
hmm.
here is
Interesting.
the main challenges.
Yeah. Um, Tell me about some projects that, you may have worked on as far as, switching out equipment or, redesigning office space. What types of projects have you been involved in, and just, tell me about your experience in those.
So recently we have built an office for United Airlines in DLF downtown Gurugram, and it was 83,000 square feet of area, and there was approx 700 seats done from scratch. It was a concrete building given by DLF, and we have to build it in, inside from scratch, from selecting of carpet, chairs, workstation. We have some technology we use. Maybe in US they are being used like a standing desk. So there's
Mm,
a button which can be adjusted
yeah.
by height. Here its concept is new, but I don't know in US that is being used. So we have done that.
Yeah, it's being used. It probably should be used more because we're having all sorts of back problems, I think, from sitting too
It is
much.
for our needs. Here,
Yeah.
it's like 10% of the workstation. We can't do it for everyone. So we
Yeah.
have done, since it is expensive, we cannot
Right.
do every, like, projects come with a constraint budget.
Right. Yep.
We did, math for like some of desk, 10% of desk should be, standing. And that desk is for 1,500 people. So we use a software called Hummingbird. It, it's, it's built by Aptura. So employee, suppose who is coming, they have to book a seat before coming to office. Otherwise, if it is office is full, they are not going to get a seat.
Mm,
So for 1,500 employees, 100 seats, because most of the people are traveling, more are on a holiday, some are working from home. So for 1,500 people, it's not feasible to get 1,500 seats, and the most of seats are empty. And since we are paying rent in square feet, so it's also a cost effective.
well, that way, yeah, you're able to control how many people are at the building, and it's predictable, right?
Predictable. Also we can forecast that the for new facility we have data to show on the management that this is the load I am getting, and now my facility is full. So based on the
Hmm.
data it's easy to take decision with the management, right? If you have reports, data that my facility is full, so always management say where's the data. When you have the data, data speaks, and you can take you can get approvals very soon rather
Yeah.
than speaking.
Um, doing this, being in this role, do you get a lot of phone calls in the middle of the night?
A lot. I have got a separate number for that. uh, I don't give my personal number, because if you are talking with your family, and in the suppose you are talking with your mom, and suddenly you got a call from senior, and you supposed to take that call because he's a senior, and it's quite some disconnect with your family. You can say, mom, can I call you back? I have some that's you cannot put on like your mom on hold. Usually we do, but not every time. So I've taken
Mm.
another number and take, it's like 24 into 7. Leadership who used to come from US, I was the first point of contact for them. for transport, taxi, if they, face any issue. So they have my number. They have company numbers also, but they use, because I am their employee. So they are very comfortable to talk to me. So call me. If I'm awake, or if I am like sleeping, or I heard that call is coming, I just take call. Always take a 1 minute call. That's fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
So in
Yeah, that's
facilities, all is on the weekend, on the night, anything can come. Any
yeah,
disaster can happen at your site.
yeah. It's a
One
crucial
thing I'll
role.
tell you what happened at Sunday night, 11 o'clock. A sewage pipe burst inside my office, and there was security guard and some janitor staff, because it was Saturday. So we usually keep a lesser, staff at night, because the most of the things happen on Friday or Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Evening or late night, we have very little staff, because most of the pipe burst, all the, shit stuff got, spilled around the office. And I got called from, sir, this has happened. The security guard shared me the photo. I said, this is something serious is going on. I rushed to office, and the smell was very, stinking so badly. I
Mm.
couldn't get into the office. From outside
Oh my
office, I
gosh.
come downstairs, and I try to call my director that this has happened, and unfortunately for next 2 days we are not going to work from office.
Mhm.
And they were not like, maybe they were, uh, you know they were somewhere busy, or it was a very late night. So I, at that time I took decision and write email to everyone in the organization that specific floor is not going to operation due to
Mhm.
some, emergency, repair and maintenance going on. Rest people who want to work, they can take that building. And
Mhm.
next day, everybody came that, see, you have taken a good decision. Like, you cannot stand here. Lot of cleaning, lot of, chemical, because, glass is around, so you cannot, open air or something, that smell can go right now. So it took
Oh,
me
interest
2 days.
wow.
2 days.
Yeah, as far as restoration goes, right? Because that's a restoration project. I didn't think about those all glass buildings. How do people get things in and out of the building? I mean, they have to go through, stairwells, elevators, and
Yes.
everything.
stair
Wow.
stair and elevators.
Wow. Um, that's a wild story. And I think everybody has a story like that here in the United States, especially, I'm in the Midwest and in the Chicago area. We have to worry about pipes freezing, um, from the cold. Um, but yeah, I mean, everybody deals with it. It sounds like. Um, how much influence do you think facility management has on employee satisfaction? So the people that work at the building.
I can say more than 90%.
Yeah.
Facility manager, or, admin manager can influence, and, my employer, because most of the time employees are interacting with facility managers. If they have complained, you are the first person. Suresh, sir, I'm sitting next to this, but I feel AC is very cold here, and the next person, they feel AC is hot there.
Mm,
So you have to deal in such a way that everyone is satisfied with whenever they come for. You know,
mm,
parking is a very, I can give example. Parking is a very bad, yeah, is a challenge everywhere, even in
mm,
India. Uh, when you get some space, you get, some sort of parking on the based on area you have taken. You cannot take, thousands of parking, even you have money to pay, right?
Mm.
So first come, so we have implemented like first come, first serve, and that was a mess because you have, and every employee, like whenever they come and they get late because of the parking, they start shouting at facility manager. I
Mhm.
didn't get parking. I had some important meeting with the leadership because of the parking. My reputation is getting ruined and everything. So here we have some solution which is newer come. So we are implementing, valet services where a company gets a parking space some other side of building, and they are being picked up from the ground floors of employee, ground floors of the building, and whenever the employee leaves, they request on the app, and they drove till your building. So
Mm.
their life made easy, but unfortunately, that is not also not 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, and having a facility that is clean, is working properly. All of these things are great, but it also leads to um, productivity, and how effective people are when they're working. So it's not just how happy are they when they go to work if they get the parking spot. It's are they able to get their work done because of the space, like you said, the climate and whatnot.
Climate, even the chair which they are sitting, it should be comfortable for them ergonomically because they are going to sit like
Yeah,
8 hours, 9 hours, depending on their work need. So they
yeah,
should be very comfortable working on their desk, right?
yeah.
Apart from the desk, they should have nice coffee in the office whenever they feel, uh, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
take a boost on their productivity. Coffee machine should be working. Especially, so many companies are implementing recreational areas, like they can play their TT, uh, pool, and some of companies are also giving video games for like Gen Zs who's coming new.
Mm-hmm.
So that is all the area which should be very should be working condition. And we also have medical room where you can take a quick nap if you're feeling dizzy. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
you are traveling from one location to another location, and then you have coming to office and you are feeling sleepy, for like you need a quick 1 hour nap, you can sleep in the office
Mm-hmm.
and then you can start working.
Yeah.
Even if you are having a headache, just take a medicine, you can take a rest. So all those things are the factor to employ that
Mm-hmm.
yes, he's coming to office and he's being taken care very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to switch to talking about technology, a little bit here. What role do you um see AI or- playing in facility management, um, and in taking care of facilities?
So recently, I have seen so many IoT devices which are being installed into a facility where they take a real time data. What is your footfall? Like I told you, we are using Aptura software to track
Hmm.
how many footfall are coming to office.
Yeah.
But that software can't track how many people are moving where at that
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right? So IoT device take care of that key on which particular day, in what particular month, how many people are coming to your office.
Hmm.
Where is your, heat load area should be there, and where I need to, turn a higher speed HVAC, or where we have to, low down, so we can, manage the energy thing, and we can save some sort of energy in
Hmm.
terms of HVAC, in terms of lighting. And there are so many devices which are being turned on and they are being not monitored by anyone.
Hmm.
You can see in the office,
Right.
monitors are on every time. Nobody bothers that somebody has to, go and switch off.
Oh, yeah.
Switching off, 200, 300 monitors going pressing button is not feasible.
Mm-mm.
We should have we are getting some technology here in India. So you can do on a click inside
Mm-hmm.
in the office. Usually that is being catered by buildings only. They have, facility management software where they can click HVAC, lighting, they can control lifting, everything from there. But on a building level, on a floor level, there was very less technology because since it is expensive, nobody, only buildings can take. Now it's coming to a game changer on a floor plate.
Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. They're able to collect the data and then they're able to interpret that and make changes within the building,
Building. And it can
that
save
are
cost.
appropriate.
Energy is something which, every company is paying a lot of money.
Mm.
And it is not like, it is like water. I'm thirsty, I need,
Yeah.
right? You
Yep.
cannot say, yeah, you can use that many units in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Yeah.
we have to, find such a way where we can, cater our energy in a such manner where it's like a fair use.
Right. Yep. And it's a necessity. Every
It's a
building
must.
needs it. It'll be interesting to see where things go in the future. Um, as far as energy goes. Um, what do you think makes a great facility manager?
He has two hands with so many invisible hands and mouth. He take cares everyone from, I told you, from ground to top management. He has
Mm-hmm.
to make everybody happy. But sometimes it's happen, you cannot make everybody happy. Sometimes you have to say no to some people, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to listen everybody. Try to give a resolution. If you're not giving like 100%, at least give some percentage to, for that. So,
Mm-hmm.
employees and our stakeholder understand
Mm-hmm.
that that is not possible, but he's doing something to, supporting you. That is
Mm-hmm.
what I can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Even since it was not possible through some sort of policies.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked closely with an FM, as a janitorial contractor, and we spent a lot of time together. And I would walk around the building with him, and he would get stopped by everybody. It was a residential building. He would get stopped by everybody. Sometimes it was just small talk, conversation. Other times it was, can you change this? What about this? And at the same time, I'm thinking, I know the things he's trying to do today because we had a meeting in the morning. I know that he has to do this, 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 and this. But every time he walks into the hallway where there's people, he's like he's like a movie star, and people stop him, and he has to talk to everybody, and he has to have a smile on his face, and he did an amazing job at that, and I was very impressed by that. Being able to provide the customer service and at the same time handle all the problems that were happening. So,
Yes, people will catch you anyway. They will take your any advantage. In residential, yes, there are so many problems they have, from changing a tap to a switch, socket, even a small things which are working. They want to change because
yeah.
it's get old.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes,
that
lots of requests. Yeah.
lots of request.
Um, what do you think future facility managers, people that are just getting into the industry or are going to be soon in the industry, hopefully, we need more of them. Um, what do you think they need to bring to the table? Do you think it's, um, more of a technology background, or do you think it's more of a mechanical engineering background?
So facility management is a field like most in India, there's very less degree. You can say you can pass out from college, and now you can say I'm a facility management, like all other companies at BTech, MTech. They can say I'm engineer, I am scientist, I am this, I am doctor. In facility management, there are very few courses are available in the market,
Mm,
right? uh, I have done from paper to Excel to web software, now AI. So it's changing a revolutionary in for future technology. Yes, we need to to take a decision on a broader way, to showcase on the management, to the government, to every auditors. It's a fuel for a data take based on decision. And from apart from there should be public type of relations. You should learn how to talk with the you know uh, uh, em- employees, like if you are into residential, how you can tackle them, because they can ask you anything. They
mhm.
can ask you things which is impossible also. So you should know how to, like, politely say no and yes, right?
No one, yeah.
Sometimes you get into a situation where you cannot make them angry to say no,
Mhm,
no, that can't be done in a single line. You have to make them understand. So
mhm.
this thing you should learn, and relationship management with you should learn that
Yeah.
you should need to develop from our end. When you start meeting people, you will learn that this type of person, this category of person, sometimes when person is very calm. If something very big happen and person is very calm, okay, okay, take care,
Mhm,
just take care of this thing.
mhm.
And sometimes people are very small, you made a mistake and they will do a blunder for you.
Yeah,
so so you need to take care of these things also. Technology,
yeah,
yes, on the number one. Second, this is also aligned with them. If you do a technology, you will collapse from the ground, because it is a ground based job. It
yeah.
will be, and forever it will be. Technology will come, of course, modified, it will go, new technology will come, but basics will be the same.
Mhm. Yeah,
Even
and these
robot is coming for cleaning. If robot doesn't know which chemical is going to be used on this surface, then
right, right.
yes,
You know, these fields are very people heavy. It's very much so relationships and being able to work in teams of people and being able to manage large teams. And from that story where you had to build that office from scratch, it sounds like you had to manage a very large team. Um, Tell
yes.
me about how do you plan something like that, and how do you communicate to everybody? What strategies do you
What
use?
was the strategy before building? I got, collected data from every stakeholder. Like I said, this I initially we did like how many seats can be built in this space. So we get that data from architect. This is the feasibility of this much meeting rooms, cafeteria, server rooms, pantry, storerooms, meeting rooms, training rooms, board rooms, and private cabins for leadership can be built. And then
Mhm,
lastly, workstations. So on that data, I went to leadership, that this is the what is the realistic number uh, that can be built on this space. And uh, because every stakeholder wants some seats, like I want 100 seats, I want 200 seats, and everybody wants a large number of seats. So my director said, no, we are doing something for that, but initially we are doing this for all, right? So from getting approval from everybody, and then real estate things, and then our company asked architectural branding team, which colors they want to put, where they want to put, which area is going to be called what, which meeting room is going to be what, and
Yeah.
which meeting room have some sort of technology, colors, branding. There's so many. A lot of people come into a single meeting room and they have ideas to implement into it. IT, they they bring with a lot of technology and
Yeah.
with a huge number of budget that they want to implement. So yes, it was a very good journey, and we make it happen in 2.5 months. That project, it was done in a record time.
Wow. And at the end of this project, they should have named a meeting room after you.
No, so we did like airport names
Yeah.
for meeting rooms,
Interesting. Good.
hub
That's
names.
fun.
We
Mm-hmm. Good. Um, Very good. I have a segment at the end of each episode that I like to do. It's called the rapid fire
okay.
segment, where I ask you more fun questions. Um, what is your favorite tool brand? Your favorite brand of tool?
I use ChatGPT a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I talk to a lot of people that you know are using physical tools, like drills and hammers and screwdrivers. That's more what
I
I
use
meant by the
screwdriver.
question.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I use screwdrivers and a
Yeah.
tester to test
Yeah.
whenever something my plug is not working. I have a pocket, very small tester in my
Yeah.
pocket. See, this
Yeah.
electricity is coming. If it is coming, okay,
Mhm.
I check the plug and all. If it
Yeah.
is not coming, I call my engineer to check
Yeah.
from the background. Yeah, so
Yeah.
tester you can say.
If I'm talking to, someone here in America and I ask them what their favorite brand of tool is, they all have a favorite brand. They say Milwaukee, DeWalt,
Mm.
Makita. It's a very popular conversation. What brand of tool do you like to use?
Taparia. It's Taparia. Taparia. Taparia is a very good company. It's an Indian company. And, although I like tools from US, somebody from, I know, real estate firm, they got me inchy tape. It
Yeah.
was very good. I haven't seen that inchy tape in my whole life. It was very easy to use and all. But
Yeah.
here we use Taparia. It is mid-range and very good quality.
I'm interested after the recording to look it up and see if I can order a tool from them.
Very nice tool, very handy, and cost effective, and you know they last for life if it is not broken.
Yeah. Next question. To fuel your day, do you like to drink coffee or tea, or what beverage do you like to have?
So I start with the tea from my home, and then coffee, strong coffee in the office to take care of all the hectic which we are going to take in the
Yeah.
whole day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tea and coffee both.
And these modern facilities have nice coffee machines usually, so it's good to take advantage of that.
Yes.
In India, do people mainly drink tea or coffee?
So here, mix you can say. So they don't want to drink tea from the machine. They usually
Mm,
go out and take they like tea stall coffee, tea stall tea only. For coffee, they prefer coffee machine. So we
mm-hmm,
used cafe coffee day. You might have heard in India, the most of time people using coffee cafe day.
mm,
We cannot put
great.
Starbucks inside our office. So,
Mm. Yeah, I think some of the big, Fortune 100 offices in the United States, some of them have um, stores like that, Starbucks and that type
so
of thing inside.
here Starbucks don't lease their machine to for corporates. They are using
Mm,
for their own.
mm, interesting.
Blue
Okay.
Tokai. is given for corporates, but I haven't uh, get any deal to you can put their coffee machine to your office.
Hmm. Um, in India, do a lot of people bring lunch to work, or is it commonplace to have it supplied by the employer? What's
So
sort of the
they're
culture of
very
that?
mixed things, I can say. So some companies are giving free food from breakfast till dinner. So this is the one place. Even in that place, I used to work for a company called ZS Associates, and it's also based out Chicago. Uh, they used to provide breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening snacks, everything. Even those so many people were used to bring their lunch from their home.
Mm,
And in my other company, people have two options. They can, bring lunch from home, or they can, pay in the office to get their lunch.
mm,
And there are third thing, you can pay for, breakfast and evening snacks, but you will get free lunch from the office. So
mm,
every company following different. They are giving
yeah,
free lunch only, and the rest of time cafeteria is there. It's taken by some company, so you can just pay and get some, snacks, quick snacks, Maggie, sandwich, better coffee,
yeah,
better tea.
yeah, right. Um, and on a Friday at the end of your work week, it's let's say I don't know what time you get out of work, 5 p.m. Let's say. What is
Yes,
your favorite thing to do to relax? Is it sport? Is it to watch a movie, hang out with the family? What are your favorite things to do to
I
relax
call
from the
my
week?
friends to grab some beer at, some, to, you can say, uh, enjoy Friday nights with friends,
Yeah,
and then you can head back till late in the evening and take, Saturday rest.
yeah, very good. Very good. Well, thank you for answering all of my questions. It's been great having you're my first guest from outside of the United States, and
Oh,
it's something
that's very nice.
I've wanted to do because I'm interested in not only the facilities side of things, but the culture of workspaces, of buildings, and the people that take care of them. I'm very interested in hearing the differences, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yes,
So, thank you for coming on,
thank you.
and sharing your insights on the operations and the management and the different projects that you did. I appreciate that. And everybody, if you enjoyed this episode, please make
Yes,
sure to like and subscribe to the
for
Facility
sure.
Focus podcast.
For sure, I would like to. And where I can get the recording?
I will send it to you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.